everyone, this is another video from Easy Electric series, and today you are going to learn how design a flower pot in Fusion 316. Stay tuned. So for modeling this plant pot, so we are going to use the revolve command that we learned in a previous video. So if I actually show you the sketch here, so I'm going to actually make this sketch, then whatever I got, I'm going to revolve this shape around the z-axis, which I'm able to get the plant pot that we have. So as usual, let's to do that. Let's to go to the new design. So usually we have our first sketch on the y and z axis and the surface. So here I want to actually revolve around the z-axis. For that reason, this time I'm choosing the zx surface. So then right click and create a sketch. So now I want to somehow learn whatever we uh, did in the previous videos and what we learned from previous videos. So in the previous videos, so if you remember, we talk about the parametric design. So I'm going to use the parametric design. So for parametric design, before you start to design your model, you should somehow define some parameters that you are able to change that parameters and easily change the size of the pot that you have. So if I back here and finish this sketch, so I'm going to define few parameters. So the one parameter is the height of the pot. I want to have the parameter for that. So I want to have one parameter for thickness. I want to have the parameter for these top circle, the radius of the top, and the same way the radius for the bottom. And also I want to have the one parameter for these holes that we have, which I able to easily change the size of the hole that we have in the bottom. So based off that explanation, I'm coming here, based off what we learned, we choose the parameters. I'm going to add that parameters that I mentioned. Let's to start with the hole radius. So I'm going to start with, I don't know, 4 millimeter. Okay. So definitely later on you could change this. For now, I just give the initial values. So the next should be the height of your pot. So let's to say height. So for now, let's to say 70 millimeter. So what should be the next? So next should be the thickness for sure. So let's to say thickness and let's to put that 2 millimeter for now. Let's to say 3 millimeter for now. So then the next should be the let's to say bottom radius. So the bottom circle radius that we have. So let's to say 30 for now. Let's to say 30. So, and also we should have one for the top circle. So let's to say top radius. So let's to say 50. So as I mentioned, definitely we could actually change them. So now I define the all parameter that I need. Let's do back here and design our model. So let's to start with the line. I want to have the construction line. If we start from the center and let to go to the let to say hole radius. So let to choose the hole radius and have that line with that size. So you see it's actually a 4 that we had. So next line, so let I'm going to do the next. So next time I'm starting from the center. This time let to go to the bottom radius. So let to say bottom radius. So 0 degrees, say okay. So this is actually the bottom radius. We have the all is the construction. So now the next let to comes here, another construction line, go to the height, so the height of the pot. So I choose that, then say enter. So again, if you zoom that a little in, so you will see that 70 is there. And also another line, construction line from here to the top or the top radius. So, and say enter. So now I actually have that sizes. Now I'm going to have some line. So this time I get rid of the construction. I'm looking for the real line. Let to do the line from here to here, say enter. So I don't know, is it put the construction line? Or yeah, it shouldn't be construction line. Let I get rid of that and say, yeah, it looks, let I do undo. So yeah, it looks as not really draw that. So I'm going to somehow turn that off. So I'm saying line, I wanna have the line from here to here and say enter. So now I have that line, which is the good news. So now I'm going to have another line from this corner to let to zoom a little bit. So to this corner, I click it and I say enter. So as usual, make sure you are actually fully locked. So from I'm fully locked so far. So now we actually did that. Let's to close these. No, before actually we closing that. So we actually have that two line. Now we need to use the offset. So I'm going to say offset this one plus this one, and it should be equal to the thickness that we want to have. I say that thickness. I say okay. So as you could see, it's a little here, it's little longer than that offset, so it should be fine. We take care of that later on. So for now, I'm going to actually draw a line between these 2 points. Let to just zoom a little bit. I say line from here to, let to see, to here, and say enter. So I see, let to do that again. So I just zoom that a little bit. Say from here comes to here. Say okay, and should be fine. So now I click that, just get rid of the construction, and it is fully constrained. So that's good. Let's to go and do somehow the similar things with the other side. So let's to actually have a two line here. So one start from this point, goes to the, let to see, let to say to the thickness. So I click on the thickness, 0 degree, and say enter. So definitely shouldn't be the construction line. I just get rid of this. That is, the line is there, so this is fully locked. That's good news. So now let to have another one. So let to have another line start from here, go again to the thickness, 90 degrees, say enter. So that's there. So again, it should be not construction line. So as you could see, I actually almost have the similar thing. So now somehow I should connect this to this line that we have here. So let's to do one thing. Let's to have the first line from here to go anywhere here. It doesn't matter. So let's to say here, say enter. So should be the real line, not construction line. So now I'm come here and say, let to see what I should say, collinear. I say this should be collinear with this one, which is good. Now another line comes from here to actually anywhere with 180 degree, and I say enter. So let to see it is a constraint or not. Yeah, it is constraint. I want to be not constrained because I want to somehow connect to the other point. I delete this dimension. So now it's could able to go anywhere. That's somehow good sign. So now I'm coming here, say coincident, actually select this, shift this one, and somehow it's connected that two to each other. So if you put that back, you will see. So this one should be the constraint, which is a constraint. So as you could see, we made it, right? So this one is somehow should be comes out. So yeah, this should be not constraint. So yeah, as you could see, we made it. So if you take a look what we make, we actually somehow make these shape that you see. We use actually the all parameters that we define. So now I'm on the Z and X um, surface. Now this is your Z-axis, right? If I could revolve that around the Z, I could get that plant pot that we have. So let's to do that. So that means the most difficult part is done. So now I'm coming here and say and select this surface. And now I'm coming here, say revolve that we learned in our previous lessons. And we should select the axis. We select the Z axis. So let's to say 90-degree for now and see what we get. So let's to see we got that or not. Yes. So as you could see here, that I just zoom that a little down. So see, I want to see the old detail. That's the reason I didn't do 360. Definitely, if you do 360, you get your pod. So as you could see, this is your hole, this is your height. You have a thickness. You have actually everything that you need. I'm saying okay. So now see the cool part. Come here to say change the parameter and somehow put that here. You could see everything. See how cool it is to have the parametric design. So now I could change everything. How about the actually the hole? Start with the hole. Do you want to actually have the I don't know, smaller or bigger hole? Let's just have the 6 millimeter or not 46. Let's do 6 millimeter and go to the other one. See, it's changed the size of the hole. So if you don't like this should be 70, should be height. That's true. So if you don't like height, so probably you could do that a little smaller. So let's just say, how about 50? So take a look to the height. It comes here. So that means you easily could make or design any size of the pot. 3 millimeter is the thickness. It's fine. So you could actually change any of this. So let's to change this one, which is this bottom radius. Let's to say 20. See what should be the shape of that. See, that's actually changed the shape that you have. So as you could see, it is amazing. You could actually make with any actually size that you want. So that's really meaning of the fully constrained and also parametric design. So that means you have a pot, but with changing the few parameters, you could get any size, any shape that you want. And you don't need to redo everything from the beginning. So I'm coming back here, edit the feature. This time, instead of the 90, let's to say 360. We get our pot. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to somehow change these heights. So see these actually the top side. Maybe it is better to show from the sketch. Let I back to here and say edit the sketch. So what we did here, yeah, the two things we should fix because I actually this line I put the thickness parameter and this one in thickness, but somehow it choose actually three. So we shouldn't actually, we should have the thickness. It's, I don't know, for some reason, it's not pick that. Let to just fix that. So I just put T, it says thickness. I say, okay, now it is thickness. It shouldn't be 3, it should be thickness. You just check that. Sometimes you choose the thickness, but unfortunately, whenever you say okay, it's I don't know, automatically turn to the 3. So now I don't like these height will be a thickness because I want to have two separate parameters that able to adjust the thickness and also these height. So for these reason, I'm say finish this, then come here and go define the other parameters. So let to add the new one and say, I don't know, the let to say again the height, but this time we say the height of top. Yeah, the height of this section, I mean here to here, I actually call that the height top. So let us start with 10 millimeter. So I say okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm coming back here and this time this height that we have, I'm going to change that. Instead of the thickness, I'm actually saying the height top, we should be 10. I say finish and you see it's able to adjust that. So even you could make that more nicer. So let I comes here and say parameter. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to change the thickness here. I don't know. I put too much big. So now I could have somehow independent thickness. I say thickness 3, much nicer. Now even you could change the height of here, which make our pot much nicer. Even 10 is not good. Let's say 15. Yeah, 15 is good. I don't know. Maybe the 10 or 12 should be the best. So I put actually 12. And as you could see now, it is more close to the shape of the pot. So I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching this video.